Okay, good. So tonight our topic is talking about AI power strategy winning in the age of intelligence, right? So we will look at the two major areas. One is the AI readiness assessment. The second part will be how can we incorporate AI in our strategic planning, right? So that is what we want to do. Comprehensive AI readiness assessment framework. We know that a lot of company now is looking into AI implementation. So we want to look at before you start, what kind of AI readiness assessment you can explore. Okay, yeah. So the AI in terms of the AI strategic AI integration. So we may need to consider first whether the AI integration as a strategic necessity. Because one of the major reason why company implement the AI is they want to transit from competitive advantage, right? Also, they understand that there's a lot of pressure going on, and they for the organization to harness AI potential, right? So then there's a process we call transforming potential of AI. First, they can able to improve existing processes. Also, they can able to reimagine the value proposition, the unique proposition, right? Also, they're able to improve the competitive position. So end of the day, organization can build a better capability, right? So actually, it's go beyond AI implementation. Is go beyond the technology, or we call technological implementation. So there's a lot of culture readiness. So this is why when we look at the organization, so we are looking into the AI readiness assessment. In fact, this is also involved in multidimensional. So how can we define what is the AI readiness? So what's the definition of AI readiness? We can define by looking into the capability to conceive, develop, deploy, and govern the AI solution. Alignment is very important. So we hope that we get able to have a better implementation after alignment, the after all the hard work, right? So then at the same time, we are able to improve the strategic the objective. Different organizations have different way of maturity. So the maturity of technical infrastructure, the company organization must have a robust and scalable system before they implement the AI. Also, the data access, right? So we also look at the quality and accessibility of the data, because AI need to feed the data. We need to feed the knowledge, right? So we need to able to have good quality of data, is accessible, and also the data management. The company must have a good culture in data management practice. The AI, do you have the AI talent capability? Whether the leader, whether they believe in AI transformation, right? Also, we just mentioned need to have a good organization AI culture. So what the framework methodology? We can first of all, we need to look at the structured roadmap for AI readiness. Then define the detailed plan for AI integration. Also, we can ensure alignment with the organization goal also. Assess organization AI readiness. Sometimes we can look at the benchmark, right? So look at the different industry, how many your competitor already using AI, right? So you can look at the benchmark across the different organization within the same industry. Also, you can look at your own current capability, right? Yeah, and then we identify. We identify what are the capability for your organization, right? Yeah. So then what are the critical gaps that you need to explore, and also identify the obstacle before you adapt the AI. Of course, sometimes you need to prioritize your organization, right? So what is the procedure, which step you want to go first. So what are the core dimensions or expect for AI readiness? We'll look at the different aspects. First, we look at the strategic alignment, whether the AI can incorporate into the company organizational strategy. It was very clear, right? So when we implement AI, we need to have very clear description about the AI related strategy objective. So whether you have a data set available and you have accessibility of government or of the data, because the data fit in the AI, right? So you need to have a proper regulation and practice for handling the data. And how about your technical aspect? Whether you have the maturity of computer resources. AI we know is new, right? So you need a lot of new resources, okay? Or sometimes you need to external consultants for that. And then you can what kind of level that you have now and plan for future to develop the environment and deploy the architecture. The talent and capability is very important. At the end of the day, you must have right AI ready organizational structure, right? The culture is very important. So we look at the assessment criteria and then we explore the maturity level for organization. In fact, there's a 5 levels of maturity scale. We talk about that. Later, we also will explore the multi-dimensional assessment. Then we have an evaluation process, very comprehensive one, and we can do the self-assessment. Then also mitigate the bias, right? So that we have a multi-layer to ensure the comprehensive coverage of all aspects of your organization. So you talk about alignment. What are the strategic alignments in your organization? First, of course, the vision is very important. We always mention about the importance of strategic vision and objective. Clarity is critical, and you need to have good clarity and specificity of AI-related objective. Okay, make it very clear to everyone in the organization and communicate with them well. Align the initiative with all they call the business priority. Then you need to have systematic approach so that everyone can follow systematic approach for the whole process. The maturity, there's a 5 maturity levels that we're going to cover as well. So first of all, we look at the assessment, right? Of course, AI is all about AI resources. So you need to have good investment. So whether your senior management, your key management, the boss, if you're the entrepreneurs, right, are you going to commit to that kind of AI investment? Are you going to commit that first? Once you commit, then you need to have formal process to evaluate and prioritize the AI initiation. There's no company can able to implement all the AI in one go, right? So they may want to do it in the different priority, and then you balance about the short-term and long-term investment. You need to take note that you need to have a consistent of funding for this for this AI. You cannot just stop halfway. And sometimes you want to build a very good AI portfolio management approach. So we have 5 levels of AI allocation resources, right? So we have 5 types. Let's first we call initial. Most of the company when they start implementing AI is very initial, right? It's ad hoc funding, so they just pump in some money to start the whole AI. Most of the companies start with this level 1, we call initial process. No formal prioritization, and sometimes you need to reallocate the resources when they need. Then after that, when you get familiar with the whole AI process, then you go to the next stage, we call development stage, AI development stage, right? So you have the basic budget now, you committed, then instead of ad hoc basis, you have budget, then also is vulnerable to short-term pressure, right? Because you want to see the result. So you need to be patient, but you cannot be too patient, right? Because the ideal case is after you implement the AI solution, it will be able to help you to bring the profit. Then your additional profit, you can put back into the AI investment. That's the best. So after the development stage, you find good, you move to next stage. We call level 3, we call define stage. Oh, that's very good. You have structure funding, then you define evaluation criteria, then you balance the whole entire AI portfolio. So when you have this portfolio, you prove that AI have been bringing a lot of ongoing continuous benefit to your company, and then you move to advanced stage. Advanced stage is we sometimes call measurable state, right? So you set up a lot of parameters to measure and hope that you have a very good and comprehensive portfolio approach. And then you have a stable multi-year funding for the project. Of course, end of the day, we call optimized level. This is level 5, sophisticated portfolio optimization, so that you have a very dynamic resource allocation, right? So overall, the company reaching into a AI ready and we call learning or thinking organization. So that's what we call 5 levels. If we look at the acceptance criteria, so there's a definition of success. You need to define what is a success factor, success metrics for your organization, the AI initiative. Then you integrate these metrics with the performance indicator, KPI, right? It's called AI strategic KPI. Once you have that, then you need to have a various process or processes for monitoring and report AI strategic contribution. And at second level, want to see the performance, right? The impact, good impact, of course. Right? Impact, then you need to make changes in your strategy. Then, of course, you need to get an ongoing feedback. So that is what we call strategic AI KPI, right? Yeah. Key performance indicator. Then the data is very important. So you need to have this data availability and access. So then, because we may have a comprehensive and very huge data for us to analyze. Of course, once your data is lost or have problem, or the started recovery, right? The started recovery, we need to apply properly so that we can restore all the knowledge and data in an AI system. And this is what we mentioned about the maturity level, right? So if you look at this maturity level, after you implement the AI and specifically look at the data, right? So in this stage, you find that the data actually set fragment across the organization. Okay, then when you reach the development stage, you have basic data integration. In the define stage, you have structured data. Now it's better. All the data, you structure it, you label it, then you have a formal access process. Then, of course, finally, your data readiness, you move to our advanced level, so you have a comprehensive data lake warehouse with automation or automated integration. Then also the system able to do sales service access for the authorized user, right? So that is what we call mature level for the data readiness. Then, how about data quality? What kind of information you need to prepare for your AI implementation, right? So then first we need to look at the completeness. You need to have a completeness, accuracy, and the timeless of key data assets. So all must be ready. Then you need to prepare the data, okay, through a very systematic engineering capability, right? Then we need to, because we know that organization have a lot of different data, right? So you need to do a data labeling. Data labeling, okay, this company called Scale AI, they are focused on the data labeling, right? So you need to have that so that you can label all the data, right? This is what we call data labeling processes and resources. And then when you come back into maturity level again, right, for the data quality, how do you reflect this maturity level? How ready are you in terms of data quality, right? So we go back, initial stage, yes, we understand. It's the beginning, right? Initial stages. So it's a poor unknown data quality and menu. Then you go to next stage, developing stages. So you have basic data quality initiative, right? So you have a semi-automated process. Then hopefully you carry on, improve the whole organization. Then you move to define level of quality, data quality. So now you have a formal data quality framework and you have standard preparation pipeline. And when you move to advanced level, congratulations, right? So you can make use of AI. So you have a very comprehensive automated data quality monitoring. And also, if any problem, you can do the auto modification, okay, remediation. So how do we define the data governance and ethics? When the AI system, able to incorporate all your data into the one whole AI system, right? Then you need to have a proper governance policy and the ethics for these purposes. So what are they, right? So again, we apply we apply the different maturity level for the data governance. First, initial stage is a beginning company, right? So then you have a minimal governance structure, right? Then you have a very different focus approach, right? It's not integrated approach. That's why you're in the very initial stages. And then you go to development stage, next stage. So now you have basic governance rule come up. So then you have policies, everyone can follow the policy, and then you also have working on the ethical guideline. When you move to next level, that is what we call defined level. Good news. Okay, this formal governance framework will be with very clear rules. Okay, will be able to apply in your organization. Right. Yeah. And of course, if you work hard, you will move to next level that we mentioned before, advanced level and optimized level as well. How about technical infrastructure? Right. We're not saying that you must be very expert. Okay, you have expert in your organization for the AI implementation, but at least you have the sufficient technical infrastructure in your organization. This is why, okay, we come up with this program called BIAS, right? Okay, business AI systems, because the resources you have must be able to take care of the business expert, also must be take care of the AI implementation expert. Right. So first, you need to have the computer resources assignment available of appropriate computer resources of the AI workload. Your infrastructure must be scalable for training, right, purposes. If you know the hardware, definitely you might have, yeah, it's not CPU now. I think within the media direction, right, we all agree that you might have a sufficient GPU. Okay, and the TPU, right? Yeah. So transactional processing unit, and compared with GPU, is a graphical processing unit, right? And in the future, you're going to see a lot of specified hardware coming out, AI-ready chipset, all this coming up. Then the cloud is important. We're not talking about traditional data storage or application cloud. We're talking about AI cloud, right? Intelligent cloud. Then when you have all the resources, please make sure that you have proper way to monitor them and optimize the capability. Coming back, how can we apply the maturity levels into the technical infrastructure? So at initial, we know that we have as initial organization, a company in AI, you have limited computer resources, right? So then because of that, very frequently you will have the bottleneck, right? Then you need to prioritize, you prioritize mainly looking into the local resources, but local workstation. Then after that, you move to next stage, you call development stage. Now you have basic cloud resources available, right? Then you also have manual scaling. And of course, in this stage, it's still new. Level 2, then you have limited specialized software. So everything okay, you find that the investment is, you got a good return, right? Then you move to the next stage. Okay, what is the defined technical infrastructure? This is a structured cloud environment with defined scalable or scaling process. And also you can able to moderate the usage of different type of hardware, AI related hardware. So when you move to the next stage, final stage about advanced level, then you not only have the comprehensive cloud strategy, and the system will be do automatic scaling, and also all the hardware, the specialized software is all we call good availability, okay, of all the specified resources. Now, in terms of development environment, right? So what kind of environment we can set up for our organization when we implement the AI? The assessment criteria would be, first, you look at the AI development tools and platform that you will have, the coding version, right? And whether you're using coding or the AI coding methodology. And then your experiment tracking and model registry capability, right? So any new version coming out, you need to make sure that you register, control all the version properly. Then you need to, among the AI development teams, they need to have collaboration tools to working together. And the whole entire AI development process must be standardized and automate with the automation also. It's not only rely on the programmer to generate all the code, it's also not rely 100% of AI to generate code. You need to have a proper planning as well. So how about the architecture, right? So architect, just like you build house, you need to have a good, you need to have an architect to draw out all these architecture diagram, isn't it, right? The same thing for AI project. So we need to look at the different model. You cannot base on traditional old model for the AI development. So this is what we call AI model deployment and serving the infrastructure, right? Yeah. So you need to have a CI and CD pipeline for the AI models. Then proper monitoring important, and also you need to have the performance optimization process. For example, this is the first time you implement the AI project. Yes, everything you need to develop, right? So, but the next time you go, you should able to have all the resources, okay, all the API, all the library built up, right? Then your next AI solution can tap into this kind of capability, right? So that's what we call optimization approach. Okay, then certain critical area, right? Or after your experience, you should able to develop your edge deployment capability. So how about the people, right? Sure, we understand. We need to have good expertise, right? Talent. That's what the world now, everywhere is lacking of AI talent. Every country, every market now is this AI talent is highly demand. That's why they can able to earn a lot of money, right? So this is what we call technical AI expertise. For example, data science, machine learning engineering or engineer. People have a capability in have for data engineering integration, building the AI infrastructure and the machine learning operation skill. Of course, end of the day, it's not only one AI or AI department have all the skill, right? You need to spread the whole entire AI expertise among your organization. And now how about we apply the maturity level into the talent capability? Yeah, that's very interesting. For every company, before you start the AI project, right? You look at the current organization. It's called we call initial stage, initial AI stage. So you have critical skill gap. There's a lot of gap, right? When I say gap, is it's a shortage. So your initial skill gap, heavy rely on external consultants and program provider, right? So this is why after you attend this program, you're able to scale up your capability, right? So you may no longer rely on external party. You can support yourself as an entrepreneur, or you can support your company again as a AI ready talent. Then in the development stage, it's a basic capability in a key area, for example, develop internal enterprise. It's why we're also working very closely with many organizations to develop AI capability for them as an internal training. Then we define, when we in the define stage, level 3, now you have solid coverage of the essential skill. Okay, you hire all the necessary IT, AI manpower, then you balance the internal and external resources. Okay, so when you go to advanced level, then you have very strong capability across the whole entire critical area. Okay, so a very strong AI internal enterprise, enterprise, and also well distributed among the different departments. You as a leader, you need to make sure that you have this called we call AI leadership capability. What is that? This is what we call is the executive level of understanding AI strategy implementation, right? It's why we also explore talking to the corporate different organization, our different business clients, to help the top executive to equip with AI strategy capability. How about middle management? Yes, they also need to go through this kind of training, right? So middle management capability to lead the AI initiative. How about the product side? That is what we call product management, expertise for AI offering. How about changes? Because traditional organization, right? So most of them, they don't have AI capability. So they need to have good AI change leadership capability. Then in terms of technical side, they need to have good technical leadership for AI architect and standard. So again, we're using this very useful maturity level model, right? So in the initial level, then company only have a very limited AI understanding, okay, especially in the leadership level, okay, leader level. Then after that, they move to development stage. You will have a growing executive awareness. Most executive, they understand the AI now. Then when you move to a defined level and they have very solid executive comprehension. In all the product, they incorporate AI for the development and they have very well changed leadership. So finally, the company have reached a top level. Then what kind of AI capability they have? They have the comprehensive leadership, AI leadership, understanding, and then very strong product vision and able to cater for any changes in the future. So then we mentioned about the hiring acquisition, right? Talent. So that would be a good talent acquisition strategy, internal AI training, and a career path for AI professional. AI professional is just like any of the other department. They need to have progress career path as well, right? Yeah. So if you look at very specific in the talent development, then we look at the first initial stage is a opportunity, right? We call opportunistic hiring. Some of the internal staff, they may want to, warranty to take out this role with the proper training, right? But of course, initial stage, you may not have a lot of training. Then you go to development stage, you have a recruitment, AI talent recruitment strategy. In the defined stage, very comprehensive AI talent strategy. So every aspect of the management, they all have, they understand how to use the AI. Then we call advanced level, sophisticated talent acquisition, then very comprehensive development offering. Of course, end of the day, you need to offer a very clear growth opportunity. So for the organization, how can we develop or deploy a excellent organization design for AI? Then we need to be very clear about what are the AI related roles and responsibility. Then we have a structural approach to AI capability across the different departments, right? So this is what we call cross-functional collaboration mechanism. Then also need to have structure. So in terms of organizational structure and governance, right? How can we apply the same model just now, material level, initial stage, unclear AI responsibility. Developing stage, basic role definition, define. Now you have very clear organizational model. Congratulations. Then it allows you to move to next level, we call advanced level. You optimize the structure configuration so that also you have very sophisticated collaboration for all the AI project among the organization. And finally, everyone dream to reach this stage, we call optimized stage, adaptive organization structure. Your organization structure will change, okay, automatically based on different requirements. That's very interesting. Then, of course, you can also share your best practice or learn from others. So that's what we call industry leading collaboration model. So you bring the whole entire model into the ecosystem industry level. Right? Yeah. So the AI governance mechanism. What is the AI governance mechanism? So it's an AI oversight and review process. Look at the risk management because everything have good or bad, right? Pro and con, double-edged sword. So in this case, you need to have good risk management framework. So if anything happen, then you're able to respond. Ethical review, compliance and regulatory monitoring. Of course, end of the day, you must align the whole entire governance with the organizational value. Right? Yeah. So then how about the AI development and deployment process? We need to standardize a AI development methodology. Why? Because everyone can follow. That is a critical part. And then, of course, we also can apply the material level into this area as well. So how about the culture and changes, readiness? How open your organization, your team to a new approach and AI technology? How can you tolerate the experiment? Because AI is still new. Okay, and sometimes you need to have a calculated risk and you need to do a testing. A balance between the exploration and exploitation, collaboration so that you can, if anything happen when you implement the AI project, right? So you have a problem-solving mindset, growth mindset, right? Instead of a bit of problem, you back out, you cancel the whole project, right? So don't worry too much. Then you learn from the failure approach. That's where everyone is learning from the failed AI project. So the trust is very important, and the general AI literacy across the organization. We all understand that we need to have certain knowledge in AI, right? That's why in this level, there's a massive training. A lot of organization is why for us, right? So we are training the AI readiness knowledge for our university student, our corporate student, right? So I think that is very important. It's why we believe that on Monday, every Monday, we share the AI entrepreneurship model with everyone. Then you need to develop the trust in AI generated insight and recommendation. Let the AI give you the best recommendation. Then also you need to have a good understanding of the AI capability and the limitation. So what kind of approach to the human AI? And at this moment of time, we don't encouraging you to go for human with AI. And same, we don't expect you to go to AI with a human. So it's a human and AI collaboration era now, right? We cannot say a few years later, but that today is the best. So using AI together, okay, it's a AI power talent or AI power human capability. And also you look at the automation part, right? Don't give everything to the AI to do automation, right? So then this change capability, yes, we can using the maturity level to measure the change capability, change management capability. So when any organization when you start, right? So it's a initial poor change history. In fact, they may never change before. Okay, yeah, and minimum communication among the whole organization. So don't worry, you are in the initial stage and you reactive. Okay, it's a reactive resistance management. So a lot of negative thing about that. So you look around your friends, a lot of your other organization, right? So then talk about AI, they no good, no good. They resist. So that is initial stage. When the change management capability reach in next level, it's called developing. Now they have basic change process. That's good. Then if they go further development, then in the defined stage, they establish the change methodology. And finally, this advanced level, they're very sophisticated, very complicated, very useful change approach and cater for different aspects. Within the organization, right? Also, they have excellent communication. Also, if they have any resistance, they're able to do a good conversion, okay, from resistance into the support. So in the whole entire assessment process, well, how do we implement this AI assessment, right? So first, we need to define the assessment scope and objective. Then we need to look at everyone involved in organization. Sometimes we call stakeholders, right? Even they're not stakeholders, you may want to invite them to join. These are participants. Adapt a good assessment criteria and schedule assessment activities. Okay, you don't want the whole assessment interrupt or affect or disrupt your operation. So that is very important. So you don't want to do that. So in this case, you scan properly. When is the best time? And then you start doing the data collection, analyze, and you validate, right? Because when you do assessment, you want to make sure that the data you collected is correct, right? You don't want to collect the wrong data. Then after you do it, of course, you do action. Okay, after assessment, then you need to decide whether it's go or no go, right? Or how much you're going to invest for that process. Scoring, you may want to keep a score there. And that is where we introduce to you about the 5 level, level 1 to level 5, right? The maturity scale. How mature are you? Okay, how ready are you? How mature are you in terms of the AI capability? So you evaluate them from 1 to 5. And there's a sub-dimension. Sometimes we want to add on some dimension. You think the change is very important. You want to add on additional. But when you do a assessment, then normally we look at all these factors by giving a scale. The dimension score are very useful and sometimes can be multi-dimensional. Then also we call, then overall, after you measure individual scale, then you need to sum it up, right? Conclude that. And this score we call overall AI readiness score. It's based on the weighting about the different dimension, right? Which part you think is more important, then you give it more high wastage, right? And sometimes you may want to consider your strategic priority. You may want to think sales department, sales marketing is very important because it brings in revenue, right? And then in this case, I want to make sure that this department is AI ready. In fact, if you're a salesperson, you don't know about AI, that is very, very dangerous, right? Because your competitor all using AI to acquire customer and do an intelligent marketing. You can able to develop some supplementary matrix. For example, capability balance. So you look at the standard deviation about dimension score, see whether what is the outliner, right? Which part you want to really draw attention. Alignment and also what is the critical part. Critical part identification. So then you may want to consider which dimension or sub-dimension it get its lower score, and you really need to improve it. Otherwise, it become your big problem, right? So sometimes we call critical or bottleneck part. So when you get the result after the AI readiness assessment, what you're going to do with the result, right? How do you interpret the result? So you may look at the compare the initially you may want to keep your own score before your implementation, right? So what is your expect? Then you look at what is the result, then you compare. Then you also can compare the capability across different dimensions. Okay, so why this dimension is good? Why I think our organization do fully in this dimension? The strategic priority alignment, how align, right? Alignment of the capability maturity level. And then you need to compare current state and the previous stage, right? Because you may want to do ongoing development, ongoing assessment. So you can keep the history and do comparison also. And benchmark with all the we call industry peers, your competitors, your friends, you may want to, you have a lot of friends, although you're a competitor, right? Then you can be your business friend, then you know each other, right? So that is better, right? So across the country, leaders also. And then you decided to implement your AI now. So what is your roadmap for implementation? So you need to look at your fundamental gap. What kind of problem obstacle for you? Then you need to establish the data governance. That is why we always say that before you start an AI project, you need to have a good data governance capability. Build a basic infrastructure. Don't need to spend a lot of money. Build step by step. Then make sure that you have a minimum viable AI literacy. So you mean that your organization at least understand the AI. Of course, come to a BIAS program. Okay, this is the best. So strategy could we identify the high impact? That is a good point, right? So with organization, they have limited resources. So your resources want to put in so that the area where you implement AI, you have the highest impact, right? Lower effort. So you don't need to put in a lot of time, right? So very fast, low hanging fruit, right? So you can able to implement lower level. And focus first. Make sure that it's success, then you scale up, improve the process, enhance the capability once you're able to obtain the string. Then you look at the short term first and before you go for long term, right? We call adaptive learning. Okay, this is very important because you may want to have adaptive learning capability in your organization. So most of the time when we implement the AI in your organization, right? So we have this we call common implementation challenge. Most organization may have same issue when we implement AI. This we call capability interdependency. So development in one area may be constrained by limitation of others because it's all interrelated, right? So you want to implement AI in the finance department, but when you implement, you may affect because the finance department is supporting other departments, right? So other departments they do not have AI implementation plan yet. So you may have problem. It's what we call you have limitation from others department. Then you need to have you want to put it in sequence or who go first, right? So we call require careful sequencing. Then your limited resources, right? You're competing with each other in terms of the AI resources. So then because everyone, the challenge is limited resources. Right? Also, you don't have a very good AI knowledge, AI expertise, limitation. And hopefully your staff is not scared of AI, right? So otherwise you will have this resistance to change. Measuring difficulty, whether will you able to collect the data, can you measure without affecting too much on your operation? Then you need to, when you implement, you need to work with your good partner, the IT partner, AI partner, know what is the latest technology so that you can keep closing um, evolution also. So what kind of success factor you can look at that? First is the executive sponsorship, your key management, your boss, the entrepreneurs, you support that, right? So you get a very good support, active support from the senior leadership. That is a good, it is very important. The other success factor is you must have a very clear vision because we all know that it's all make sure that or we ensure organizational success is all based on the vision. Realistic expectation, don't set too high, right? Too low budget and too high expectation, right? So it must be sustainable investment also. Balanced portfolio, cross-functional collaboration. And if you find that you may not have the expertise, it's fine. You can still implement AI, but with external partners. And because AI is changing so much, everyone need to have the continuous learning orientation, especially in the AI aspect. So conclusion, that AI readiness is very important. It become a fundamental strategy capability. Right? Yeah, and a successful organization is really they're able to keep using AI and keep measuring the AI readiness. You may be ready now, but few years later, right? AI have advanced so much. So are you ready to the new future AI, right? So this part is important. Then we have an assessment framework. So provide a very comprehensive foundation. Make sure that you have a very clear, you understand your current capability and you're able to establish clear development priority also, right? So finally, after you do assessment, so how can we implement or how can we have the corporate strategy by using the AI? We all know that now is a transformative era of AI, right? So AI is really changing so much, and it can help you to define or reshape your corporate strategy. See AI as a catalyst, okay, catalyst. So it will help you and reimagine your value proposition. Recalibrate your existing traditional framework, right? Cater for this we call era of AI. So I will let you know that when you are using AI in your strategic planning, right? So it's new. You cannot follow. There's no reference because everyone is new to this area, right? But definitely using AI in for the corporate planning, then is a very good opportunity for growth and innovation. So see the AI role in corporate strategy is go beyond technology implementation. It's not about you having a better server using AI. No, it's a it's not a compared with digital or IT investment, right? AI investment is go beyond the technological implementation. But the AI definitely it will help you enhance the decision making, and give the customer a personalized customer experience. And of course, you were able to have a better, improve business model. So then sometimes we look at the traditional or theoretical foundation of AI-enabled strategy, right? Yeah, and but we also need to look at the practical implementation. So adapting the management process to incorporate AI. That is reason that why every week we are sharing with you how AI can transform your whole business or entrepreneurship journey. Develop a framework for the AI strategy, the implementation also. Then provide a historical view of AI role because the first time you use AI, right, and compare with future is very important. So it's good for you to keep track, document it so that you know what is the historical movement for your organization, right? And have a good view of the AI role in the corporate strategy. So from the traditional digital strategy, then you can still base on the traditional model like Porter 5 Forces, resource-based view, and also the emphasis on the industry structure, right? So that's a traditional approach. Then when your digital implementation come in, the impact of IT and the internet affect everyone, right? In the past, you can also see that there's a company like Amazon, Google, or the Apple, right? They are the driver for this digital era. Now we are shifting, then after with the cloud technology, we are shifting of the physical asset to digital asset. Also, is very much on the algorithmic capability, and everyone is looking the data to make a decision. Right? Yeah. So AI, yes, AI inflection point. What kind of AI actually is really implement in different organizations? Machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. Then we call autonomous decision making. Instead of calling you, email you, SMS you, they'll ask you to make decision, right? Your organization with the AI capability, they may able to make independent or we call self decision making capability. That's very interesting. Then what is a resource based view? First, the company need to have a proper data set. We already developed your data asset. Using the machine learning model, you can come up with different algorithms for your organization. Your talent, what kind of talent you can hire, data scientist, a machine learning engineer, or very high level AI strategist, right? So that will be a new, very high paid job in the future. But you must understand the business at the same time. You need to understand the AI. There's reason that why we come up with BAIS program, right? So we want to develop future AI strategists. Computational infrastructure, high performance computing resources, it used to be very expensive, but now with the technology like DeepSeek, right, then we can able to have a lower resources, but we can still build a fantastic system. Then you need to have a good ethical and governance system for your organization. So what are the dynamic capability for the AI? Then we need to emphasize about the AI integration building with configuration, okay, of the system. Address rapidly changing environment. We need to have very good sensing, okay, sensing monitoring so that we can have systematic process for identify different AI technology. What kind of new AI technology come in, right? Then you can make use of it. Then you can move faster. So organization must be able to very strong, rapid, okay, exploitation of AI, okay, seeking for AI opportunity. The network economy and AI ecosystem, that is interesting. AI ecosystem, right? So what kind of AI ecosystem that we can build in the organization? So we understand that AI system improve with more data. The more data you get, right, then your AI system improve. Then you have a better performance, attract more user, right? Yeah. So then AI platform able to attract third-party innovation. Why we call platform? Because it's not only your company, your organization, your team use it. There's a lot of other people using it to collaborate. That's called platform, right? So then you can increase the value and user base. Right? So you can also develop multi-site AI platform, connect different user group together. And then this AI-driven value creation and capture, right? You're not only create that, you can able capture different opportunity. So AI integration in organization structure, right? So our goal again is the value creation and capture. Then there's a lot of what we call hyper personalization. Then you can customize a product and services to different individual, right? It's not like mass production. Mass production, you mean you have the same product but you sell to everyone the same product and services. Now you have personalization. Then you are able to anticipate the customer need, right? Yeah, and of course we call innovative business model. You can shift from transactional based and the outcome based model. Last week we talked about the competitive advantage. a competitive strategy. So first, AI enable cost leadership. AI can help you to reduce the cost, right? By optimizing the resource utilization, right? Then you are able to anticipate the pattern, then you minimize your cost. The other is AI-driven differentiation. Differentiation. Okay, what is the differentiation? Then you have because you can predict, you have good prediction, so then you can offer more accurate product, right? Yeah, and also you can able to help you to make decision. You have more creative. We got qualitative level, right? Augmentation. Like by catering offer to individual customer, you can help to improve your customer satisfaction and create some solution that no one had created before. So the AI alliance configuration. So partner with AI technology provider, go to AI exhibition more and able to access the cutting edge capability will help you a lot. Okay, yeah, and your data sharing alliance, sometimes different organization or within your organization, then you can able to share the data set among the different departments. It will improve your AI performance. Some co-development project is very useful. We call joint initiative for AI application development. And share sometimes some of the objective you can share, okay, among the different organization or your team. Then you are able to tap into the application ecosystem capability, right? Yeah. So we have an organization group is called Extra AI, and basically we provide different type of application ecosystem. So the AI ecosystem participation strategy. What are the impact? I think depend on the platform owner, right? So it's difficult to differentiate from others participant, right? So, but if misalignment is very, very important. So make sure that you don't have this misalignment issue because it's going to be will cost you a lot. Develop coherence strategy for AI ecosystem, forming around the inferential AI platform because this kind of inferential AI platform was very useful. You can see a lot of very good knowledge about that. Then hopefully you're able to develop this ecosystem and selecting a ecosystem or we call it ecosystem selection based on the strategy alignment, the growth potential and governance characteristic also. So we understand the competition among that, right? Like for example, you are going to play badminton competition, right? So yeah, you're talking about collaborate with your competitors, other players. Right? So sometimes it's difficult. But you just go for yourself, we don't collaborate with others, and sometimes maybe a disaster. So we need balance. We require a complex strategy tension. So organization will collaborate and compete. So you collaborate with others, at the same time you compete with others. That is the best model. We call healthy competition, right? Very positive competition. But we need to understand the boundary, right? So the boundary definition is to prevent our strategy of confusion or overlapping. And we hope that we're able to achieve a sustainable advantage by using AI. So how can we have sustainable? Of course, every organization have a limit, right? I mean, company like Google, OpenAI, Microsoft, right? All these company, Alibaba, they cannot, the innovation is not all from themselves. So they need to access external innovation so that they're able to have, maintain the extinctive strategy position. So when you do an integration, after assessment, you start integration, right? So what is the structural reconfiguration of AI integration? So many organizations, they start with the centralized AI capability so that they develop a AI center for excellence. Then they also have the AI labs so that they incorporate semi-autonomous unit focused on AI research. Then another team is mainly using AI for strategic development. We call it AI strategic team. So groups align AI initiative with the corporate strategy objective. So you can form a different committee, right? Your organization. So you have an AI center of excellence, everyone, other department can learn from this center. Then you have lab experiment, and then you have strategy team, with all the high level managers. Right. Sometimes we can embed the whole AI team into different business units. So in that sales, you have a embedded sales AI team. The operation of product research center, right? You have a product research AI team. So it's an embedded team. And of course, the whole AI architecture must be well development, and this is called we call is the AI human AI capability, okay, collaboration as well. When we start implementing AI in your organization, you should consider this as a strategic leadership evolution. All the key management role, they will include AI specific responsibility also. And all the C-suite, all the C level, you need to add in one more another officer. We call Chief AI Officer, right? It's not CIO. Traditionally, CIO is a Chief Information Officer or Information Technology Officer, right? So now you need to have new role we call Chief AI Officer, focusing on enterprise-wide AI strategy and governance. So that is why, again, what we are teaching is in BIAS with the business and together AI, right? So there's more towards building a future CAIO. Government and the mechanism for AI enable methodology. Then you need to have different organization group. One is you can need to form an AI investment committee, right? So that you have key management from different departments. Algorithm review. When you implement different algorithm in your organization, you need to look at the whether the performance, whether they align with the objective goal. Ethic, right? Ethic implementation of AI. And then the data governance committee in your organization, they are oversee data strategy and quality management. The talent strategy for AI enable organization, right? So you need to have a technical AI expertise, AI translators. What is an AI translator? It's a professional bridge between the technical and business domain, because a lot of business people they may not got the AI technical training. So you need someone to be able to be a translator. Domain expert, so that they were able to have very strong domain. For example, if you want to develop a healthcare or health AI system, and then of course you need to have doctor, nurses, all these practitioners joining you, right? So this is what we call domain knowledge. Ethic, and you may need to hire the change management expert to help you to make necessary changes. So that require the strategic hiring process. Then sometimes we call acquisition hiring. Right? We call acquisition hiring. It means you saw a lot of big companies now, they acquire a startup and start with very strong in the specialized AI area. So actually they acquire them to get the owner come over and pay them. Of course, buy up the company, you need to pay them the fee, right? So this is called acquisition hiring. We call acquit hiring process. Very common now. See as a way of talent acquisition. And of course, sometimes we call educational partnership, just like us, right? So we partner with different organizations to collaborate with us so that we can help them to develop the AI talent. Culture changes is very important, right? So we call cultural transformation. And you need to embrace evidence-based approach, prioritize the data, right? It's not based on your feeling, intuition. It's really based on the data to make decision. So when you fail in AI implementation, don't worry, right? We see that it's a part of innovation, right? So consider that when you implement AI in your organization, consider that we call considering the experimental mindset, continuous learning, and cross-function, and also need to have a good ethical awareness. Algorithm, we understand all AI based on algorithm. So this is why AI technology becomes standardized. And some of the well-known algorithm you may able to implement. Then the factor consideration is the standardization is very important so that we don't keep on implement different system and you spend a lot of time, resources, integration, right? Then, of course, then you need to address some of the your private data, right? We call proprietary data, how to protect it, how can you keep it within your organization. Yes, there's a risk on organization, for example, technical risk, strategic risk, right? You overestimate the AI capability. Okay. Okay, so too high your expectation. Then the ethical and reputation risk and organization risk. There's all the strategic risk in your environment. The strategic ethic framework, we need to develop a good ethical value when you implement AI. Then you engage all the different stakeholder in this AI development into a deployment project. Employ ethical consideration and balance well about the responsibility. All right, yeah. So as I mentioned, trust is very important, and then you must address different sector and prioritize human amendment over replacement. So you are telling your team that we are not fire you, but we are helping you, right? Transform you with the AI capability. So this is called we call balancing the ethical and commercial imperative. Yeah. So then at the end of the day, the company is not only making huge profit by using AI. At the same time, the whole team, the people, the staff, the stakeholder, all will improve together. Right. Yeah. So what kind of emerging future strategy, right? So one is we call autonomous strategy. Right? So AI system actually is contributing the strategic formation. You can help analyze the competitive environment. Then this coming up the new concept we call ecosystem intelligence. They provide the real-time understanding of complex business environment. At the end of the day, generative AI technique also can be able to support even traditional or local strategy. Right? It's not a replacement disruptive innovation. We call it generative approach, right? Then the what kind of strategic implication for advanced AI technology, right? We are talking about GAI and then the AGI is coming in. So yes, the fundamental model is still there, right? So rapid capability deployment through fine tuning. You're not always bringing new thing. It's based on old thing, but you can keep on improving, right? Then you need to prioritize alignment for the automation process, right? Because after automated, so to speak, it will replace human, right? So you need to have a proper planning, and everything is all based on value sensitive approach. Right. So and we can able when you're facing the uncertainty, we can look at we are using different methodology. For example, scenario based. Okay, yeah. So gradual improvement rather than just 100% disruption. Also, technology acquisition, you can able to acquire by using acquisition to acquire certain technology, especially for the big organization. Capability development investment with broad applicability. You mean that it's not only one very narrow application, it's a wide spectrum. Ecosystem positioning, strategic, look at the what is the position for multi-direction, right? Multi-path. We hope that the whole organization can achieve this what we call continuous strategic learning. The system will be able to keep on sensing, we call strategic sensing mechanisms, keep on monitoring. Then once a new technology coming, new approval coming, then immediately organization will learn. So finally, the AI recognize the strategic landscape. It will help the organization to create and capture value. We shape the competitive dynamic. And of course, the organization need to keep on transforming. We need to have the sophisticated understanding about the AI technology and developing a new strategic framework. And also, we call maintain our strategic wisdom. Wisdom is the key thing now. By combining technology with the strategic clarity so that everyone know exactly what the organization is moving very clear so that we can able to develop our own strategic paradigms and master the acquisition adaptation, in the high level, strategic level as well. Okay, right. So that's all. That's what we have covered. Is there any question? Is there any question before we move on?